Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Today I want to share with you guys another smart home slash tech product, and this is another spy cam. Now, I did a review on a spy cam a while back. Another company has sent me one, and the video is really popular. And I think this is something that is a good addition, especially if you have children, babysitters. Maybe you don't want to add a lot of cameras to your home and have like a constant camera presence, and I can respect that. I don't agree with it. I think having camera and having security and a surveillance system is pretty important in today's day and age, but it may not be for everybody. My folks are those people, they don't mind cameras outside, but they don't want cameras inside anywhere. Me, I live alone, so I get to do whatever I want, but I can understand where that might be a little bit. People might consider that a little invasive, but however, everything we do nowadays is filmed. Most jobs that you go to have cameras, security, most stores. So we're under constant surveillance. Everybody's staring at their phone. They're constantly updating their everything they eat to friggin' Facebook. So whatever, to each their own. But this is a great addition if you just want to keep an eye on something, So this is the camera right here. This is the newer version of the model I had reviewed, I'd probably say about 2 years ago. It's slightly larger, but this one here actually has the addition of Wi-Fi. So this is a great addition to your home. Let's just say that you're going to buy something like this in the event that you want to, hide this in, a plant or hide this somewhere around your house. It's very small. You're looking at about, I'd say about 1 inch by maybe 1.5 inches. Super small. I like that they've added a nice sturdy and definite power button on top. The old model, which was a different brand, not the same manufacturer, had a very, very small power button. Again, it was a little bit smaller, but this just seems like it's a lot better made. It has onboard infrared LED and night vision, or an IR LED. And the field of view on this, they claim that this, on their listing, gives you a 120-degree viewing angle. I think it's pretty standard on most cameras. I have some cameras that are like fisheye lens, and some are doorbells, some are other spy cameras, and if you put this thing down low in an outlet or near a lower outlet in your house, again, the camera I reviewed back in the day, different model, looked like a kind of a power supply. You could see the entire room floor to ceiling. This field of view isn't as good. I'd say that was probably about 180-degree viewing angle. 120 is still pretty good to get most of the room, okay? So it does come with a few different accessories. You guys don't ever really get involved too much in unboxing, but you have your box, of course, and the foam. You do have a couple of these discs it comes with. At least this one came with 3 of these little 3M sticky discs. And what that's for is basically so you can stick on your base. So now on the listing, on the Amazon listing, which I encourage you to click the link in the description and check it out and read more directly from the manufacturer. They say it has a magnetic base in the camera. That's not true. It's a little bit false. I was in the impression you could stick this wherever you want. The base is magnetic, which the base is magnetic only to the camera. So in order for you to mount this camera anywhere on a metal surface, with using the attached bracket, you have to use the swivel mount, which gives you a pretty good adjustment as far as the direction you want to point this. Of course, you're going to get, I'd say, about 45 degrees pointing down or up, but you do have to stick this on somewhere. So only downside, you may want to mount this somewhere where you don't want to have 3M, a 3M sticker on your sheetrock or on your molding. Again, you could easily get that off of Google or whatever if you decide to change it, but it would have been nice if they had the magnetic part of this built into the device. But again, not a deal breaker for me at all. Again, you have your power button, you have your TF card in the back, and micro USB charging capability, onboard Wi-Fi, and the cool thing about this is that with the app, the connection is super quick. So pretty much as soon as you turn this on and you turn on the app, within about 10 seconds, you can connect directly as long as you have the Wi-Fi credentials of the camera itself saved into your phone. You can connect to it pretty quickly. Once you're connected to the device, and this is direct Wi-Fi, so this is I think they call it AP to AP, I believe, if I'm saying that correctly. It allows you to connect directly to the camera. So maybe you don't want to have this connect to your Wi-Fi. Maybe you're just going to set this up somewhere really kind of quick and maybe monitor it from another room or whatnot, and you don't really need the ability to monitor it from a distance. You'll be able to monitor this camera in pretty fast speed directly to the camera itself. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you guys a couple more close-ups here of what it looks like. It's pretty basic, pretty small. You know, definitely something you could hide at a site. Again, the bracket does make it stand out a little bit, but if you were going to tuck this away somewhere, most people wouldn't see it. And if you want to get creative, you could easily hide this inside something really lightweight and just something that you can definitely keep an eye on. Again, there's lots of different use things like this. You want to, ladies, I don't mean to disrespect, but you know, if your girl might be creeping, I don't know, whatever the reason you need something like this to keep an eye on somebody, make sure nobody's doing you wrong, a business. But the cool thing about it, all joking aside, is that you have the ability to use it remotely and hide it and use it as a spy cam, or with the bracket, you could just hardwire this, mount it, and use it just as a security camera. The app will allow you to add multiple different devices. You could change these settings as far as your motion detection sensitivity. You can look at the TF card through here. You can play back any kind of footage, and it gives you also the a 32 gig SD card, which is great, and of course micro USB. So not really a big deal there. It doesn't come with the power supply, and I have to tell you, the only downside to this one here, I think that I got a bad one because for whatever reason or another, this, when I turn it on, it won't hold the charge. So these things do happen. Make sure if you do order one of these from any company, not just this company. Again, like I always say, you could get a bad one. It happens. Just make sure that this thing is charging. So a little bit more, and I charged this all last night, and it just won't stay powered on. So this will most likely be sent back for an exchange, you know, because otherwise I don't want to. The whole point of having a spy camera is that you can use, like I said, you can use this. I'll probably put this somewhere, maybe in the garage, somewhere where I want to add just another camera, and somewhere you want to add a camera maybe discreetly. You know, maybe in my, like for instance, perfect example would be, people kind of feel weird sometimes about cameras, right? Well, you can easily mount this somewhere in your living room where people are going to gather, you know what I mean? Maybe you have people over in your living room, you're going to entertain. Maybe people feel a little weird about you having cameras around. You can easily hide this somewhere where you're still recording, you're still, you know, securing your home, but you're not really putting it in anybody's face. So that's pretty cool. So you can still mount this somewhere, hardwire it, get the, you know, you can use the cord that came with it, get yourself a USB power adapter, which you're going to need. But, you know, nonetheless, you could find a spot for this. And in the event that you have to use it as a spy cam, you could easily take this with you. But you, again, make sure the battery is functioning properly. So let me just read a little bit more about it directly off the website. I'm not going to read everything about it. They call it small mini nanny cam. Sometimes with these listings, there's a little bit of a language barrier, but it is multi-function. Again, you can use it directly without Wi-Fi or with Wi-Fi. Again, if you want to use this from outside your network, especially as like a nanny cam, you're going to be going out of town or whatever, you want to keep an eye on your house, keep an eye on your kids, whatever, you'll want to connect this to Wi-Fi. But if you're just going to use this kind of in a pinch, again, perfect example would be, let's just say you needed to, you know, monitor something from a short distance for a short duration. You could easily, again, connect directly to the camera without worrying about connecting it to Wi-Fi. Also, cool thing about it, even if you have to hide this and you're not going to monitor it at the time, you can hide this, have it do the recording, and then come back, pull this data off the SD card and see what's going on. So great example, if somebody's doing something to your property. We had a situation where people were stealing some of our street signs for our development letters. You know, this would have been great to tuck this away, hide it, and be able to maybe get an idea of when they were coming around, and, you know, maybe see who it is. 1080p real-time recording. It has no glow IR night vision. What that means is that you're not going to see this little red dot. Now, I will say infrared LEDs are pretty low glow to begin with. You really have to be looking for them. But if somebody was looking for something like that, a lot of times you can see on cameras that real faint LED red glow. With this, you're not going to be able to see this very easily. So very easy to hide this. Again, 120-degree viewing angle. It says here that you can playback, snapshot, and do the recordings compatible with iOS and Android. And it says, this is where it says here, built-in rechargeable battery, 500 milliamps. So again, this one does seem defective, and I hate You know, I gotta be honest with you guys, I hate when something like that happens. But again, not a big deal. These things happen in life. You know, I've had situations with other products. You get a bad one sometimes and you send it back and you get a new one. Not everything's perfect. So just can't keep that in mind. 24/7 recording, of course, and it says here you can set the motion detection night vision sensor with the upgraded smart motion detection. You can set it manually in the sensitivity. It says when motion is detected, the camera will send a push notification to your phone. So again, a lot of these listings are very similar. I mean, you could pretty much find all these specs with 90% of the cameras out there. But the price point's great on it right now, $39.99. Again, that comes with the SD card. You get 10% savings right now. So you can get $3.90 off. That's shipped to your door and free returns. If you have any kind of issues with it, you should be able to return this with Prime. But again, double check the listing, you know, just to make sure I didn't make any mistakes there, or of course something has changed by the time you watch this video. So pretty straightforward, guys. You know, I always like having things like this around just in case there is a moment where I need to use something like this. You know, a buddy calls on me, hey, let's find out some information. You never know. But again, you can still use it as a security camera as well, even if you're not going to use it as a spy cam. So pretty awesome, guys. I love the fact that we're living in this age where these things are coming down so much in price. They're so cheap to be able to add some security to your home. So fantastic, guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I want to thank the company again. The company goes by the name of AABELOY. AA Beloy. So a lot of these names, sometimes I don't know where they come up with them, but has 89 ratings on Amazon. It does get a 3.5 star rating, so I always like to see that 4 rating, but definitely check it out. Again, link is in the description. See what other people have to say about it, see what the pros and cons are. Overall, I think the camera is pretty well fully featured, and I like the fact that you have the option, again, to connect to Wi-Fi or use it just as a direct connection. One thing I have to mention about it is that for whatever reason, when I tried to connect it to Wi-Fi, and I'm usually careful with what I connect to my Wi-Fi network. I have a separate network when I'm testing devices I'm not too familiar with, just as a precaution. This device, when I tried to connect it to my separate network, it only wanted to pull up one of my main SSIDs. It didn't want to pull up the other SSIDs which are being broadcast. So I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe a reboot was in order, but let me know if you guys have any kind of similar situations with this camera. But again, I've reviewed a lot of different smart cameras. A lot of them are very similar. Again, as far as setup is concerned, some of them you have this QR code you scan. Some are easier than others. With this, what it does is once you go ahead and connect directly to the camera, there's a spot under the app that says Wi-Fi. You go into the Wi-Fi settings, and then when you enter in your password and you select your network, you'll see the status lights on the back start to change. So when it's just bright red, you're connected to it, it's on. You also have the ability to turn off that little LED light. So if you don't want this thing making any kind of light whatsoever, so it's very, very discreet, you can turn off that little light. Now, it is a very small light on the back, but it's cool they gave you the option to do that as well. And if I didn't mention already, you do get, again, 1080p recording, sound, audio, video, the whole 9 yards. So check it out. Let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. I'm here to help. If I don't have the answer, I'll try to get you the answer. But most of the questions you're going to have are going to be in the description of the Amazon listing. Again, link is in the description. So guys, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. And you guys be safe out there. Be kind to one another and take care.